If you made it to this section of the BB Tags team shutdown, then congratulations. We're about to be going over Adachi's laser. Now, in theory, for newer players or even vets themselves, a lot of them don't understand how easy this can be to actually counter. What I mean is, for example, right, even if it's Adachi Azio, Shiragani's bullet can easily pierce through that as well. For example, if I were to just do perfectly like this, most Adachi get like a Zio in the air, right? Not saying every single time realistically you're going to catch them, but you can bait it out by jumping. You might miss a bullet or two, you know, it happens. But at some point, Shiragana is going to be your main one to do this with. Now, the reason why you don't want to sit here and just do this is because really, it's not the safest option. Which referring to that is, there's not really full invulnerability on that, which is why I like to pair Carmine up. In case you're dealing with a heavy spammer as well, Carmine is perfect. Mainly not only that too, but because of the fact that Carmine, if you already have Adachi marked, if he Azios, you can immediately do this, and that'll be a death for the Adachi player. So that'll be another way to get rid of that. Now, the infamous, as this community likes to call it, the tag and swap trick. What most people don't understand, which I've been trying to tell them, even if you were to swap, you could do that before that happens, but realistically, let's be in real match, right? When you swap characters, you see how Hakumen flinch? You cannot block. For example, again, no, even if Hakumen tries to block, he cannot do that. There's a split second, almost like when you air dash, where the game will not allow you to block, which you're wondering, what animation is that? When either the characters flinch or move, no matter what they do, they cannot block. If you want to see proof that I'm actually blocking here, I'll show you again. For example, I'm finna swap. Constantly blocking, low blocking, alright? Now, I'm finna do this again. Pay attention. Now, if I were late, this would have happened. He would be able to block that, but Adachi still gets hit, which is a win-win for you. I know what you're wondering as well, right? How would Carmine have any use pretty much when it comes down to this setup? Here's the thing, right? It's not necessarily like, let's just say if you're in the air, right? And he swaps on time. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, you could say too that Hakumen can do his DP and then he can get it right. The main thing you're gonna do against really just Adachi's that spam the beam, you kind of have to see here in a sense, not really fly in the air a lot, but more just like stay up there towards the ground. The reason why is because if you know they're gonna do the beam anyway, right? You know the main goal in neutral is to get the beam to run up on you. The best thing to do is just stay stationary. Because as long as you're stationary on the ground, even if Adachi were to be too high in the air, his beam would be useless. So they're not gonna go for that. That's why they like to call the assist and hurry up and swap out. So if you limit their options to be able to swap out and all that stuff, and even if you were late with this with Carmine, right? You can still get that second character and you can still block, which means after that, in theory, you could still go for the death mark and punish them. My bad, kind of close to mistime that. Basically, you gotta look for like the slightest animation of tag, which then you can go ahead and take out Hakumen if he was already marked. So hopefully this team shutdown helped when it comes down to any players that were interested or even was confused. Now there are more characters out here like Jubei. He's actually very effective as well. Mainly the supers that you'll want is supers that are full screen or probably even a beam laser like Unarakami, believe it or not. Because these supers can actually get across the screen real fast and it will actually break past Adachi's persona. For example, and for Narakami's example, now take this as you will and use this knowledge to improve. Have a wonderful time.